Text me and I'll text you back.
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 TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. 205-964-5243. You know.
Good evening and welcome to Flippinar 237 topic, how to buy land with no money. We do have the full house in here after a little hiatus on each of us over the last 2 or 3 weeks. And so we have Miss Adria, the EP, executive producer. We have a co-host, Miss Williams, Renikia Williams, and little old wow. And so we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate where your cash or credit is not an issue. Low risk, high reward opportunity, which is what we all would love to get into. So before we get into everything, if you want to join us on the live stream, you can, I ain't even got it ready to go, I'll just say it. You could text the word Gator. I'll put it up on the screen here once I just start talking. Text the word Gator to the number, and we'll get you on. You get you pushed to the front of the line, put you in VIP. You can ask multiple questions because you are live streaming with us. Make sure you share this, like it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of those places. So over to you, AP.
All right. Thank you for joining us, as Ty mentioned earlier, on this Thursday evening. Most definitely glad to have you. It is September 15th, midway through September, almost in the fourth quarter of the year. October, November, December. Yep. Plenty enough time, though. Isn't that right, Renikia? Plenty of time to still make some money.
We got a full quarter. We got a full quarter left.
Full quarter to get in the game. Switch up the plays.
Still can score 40.
Yeah, all of that. All of that. So I just got to hustle a little different and give yourself a nice
At least 2 rebounds.
Oh, my gosh. How you go from football? Wait a minute. Okay. So yeah, but seriously, this is the place where you can learn a lot about real estate investments with a focus on wholesaling real estate with little to no cash or credit. So we're most definitely glad to have each and every one of you here. Renikia, glad to have you with us this week. We missed you last week. It was a whole cut.
I know, I missed you all too.
Yeah, it was
so happy to be back.
Yes. So most definitely glad to have you. We're also glad to have Daniel, Sabrina, Brian Keith, Everything is Everything, AJ Middleton, Tommy Sharp, Making Sense, Robert Wackel, and Karma Baby. Over on the social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok, we have Marteo, Miguel, Soso _ Emily, Slim Jim Fan First. Says, oh my gosh, hi, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Your _boy _cast and Ari the investor. Appreciate each and every one of you, along with everyone else that I didn't get to mention, for joining us on this Thursday. Okay, so this is how it works. You post the question, I'll read the question, and Renikia answer the question because ties into whatever. Who is this? Something. We ain't gonna say. It's right.
Chargers and Chiefs.
Right. Who's playing?
Interrupting our evening.
Okay. So again, as Ty mentioned, you can text the word Gator, GATOR, to the number 205-964-5243 to jump to the front of the line, get your questions asked, and any follow-up questions that you may have. So jumping right into this thing right here. We're going to go from _Rick Nasty. When driving for dollars, what's the best way to find or get a person's number?
Well, it's called skip tracing. There are going to be several services out there. You want to try the free services first, like True People Search, I think. Just go to YouTube and Google and do a search, how to get someone's phone number. And you just start right there. Now, if you want to do a paid option, I'm affiliated with a couple of services that offer it. One of them is Batch Leads. you can access that particular skip tracing option. Ain't too loud in there. Skip tracing option by texting the word text. It's going to show you more than that, but skip tracing is going to be one of the options there. Also with Skip Vault, but there's services out there that'll get you numbers of pennies on the dollars. Now understand you're only spending from 0 to maybe 50 cents. So that comes with some level of expectations that some valuable information for pennies. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it ain't. Sometimes they get you some, sometimes it won't. So temper your expectations. But it's pretty good though, in reality. I'm just talking.
Giving a little headspace above that banner there. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that answer there. And guys, we don't say this enough. Please like and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the share button. Do all of that. We greatly appreciate it. Share it with a friend. You still have time for someone else to come on. It makes you subscribe so you'll be notified most times when new uploads have happened. So jumping into the next question, how do you come up with repair costs? And this is from TikTok, Karomi Creed.
What is it?
How do you come up with repair costs?
Okay. Before I answer that, later on, the text right after the show, well, actually, it's going to start at around 8, but I'll be in there. If you go to the taxdeeddoctor.com, taxdeeddoctor.com, someone that has opened my eyes, which seems that happens a lot, to tax liens, tax deeds, and the different states you could do it in and what you have to do. Her name is Michelle. She's going to be giving a free webinar on how to do that. Had some lunch with her last Friday, and I went from having basically 0 interest in it to 100 now, and be more to come from it. So this is the first opportunity to do that now. Of course, we're live right now, but I said at 8 p.m. I mean 9 p.m. Eastern, but 8 Central, 7 Mountain, 6 West Coast or whatever. So the taxdeeddoctor.com. Don't leave here yet, but it'll be going on in the next 36 minutes.
Taxdeeddoctor.com. What's there? What's on there?
It's like a video and a button.
What's on the screen, boss?
What do you mean?
What's on the screen?
Oh, you put it there. Okay, yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay. I'm just okay, just asking. So there it is, guys. It's on the screen. Yeah, visit the taxdeeddoctor.com at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern to get that valuable information there. Okay, but my man's question, how do you come up with repair costs?
Well, there's a simple way of doing it that I sort of cop from someone else that I seen explain it. I just knew how to do it just from experience. I really couldn't explain it well, I don't think. So, and this is not set in stone. And one of the young lady, one of the team members here in the office even gave it a different twist because the countertop. Okay, so let's start here. So if the house, and there's a calculator on my website, digulator.com. If you go into calculators, you'll see a repair calculator there. But a simple thing you could do is the property is if it's livable, that's obviously what's the word I'm looking for? When it's you may think so, I may not think so. What that means?
Dependable?
No. I'm saying it's when you may think it is, I may not. Subjective.
Yeah. Okay. We cannot play charades.
Oh wow.
We don't.
We don't. Oh my God. So that's subjective, but ideally we like to think people in that same box somewhat. A good cleanup and you can live in there if you just had to. Not what you say you want to live there, you just had to. But anyway, if it's livable, multiply the square footage times $25. If it's not livable, multiply the square footage times $40. So assuming you're in a more higher end area, you may want to push that up to 50 and 35. And if you're more in just a rental area, you may want to bump that down to 20 and 35, going back the other way. So if that makes sense. So.
All right. Hopefully that did. And it made perfect sense to me. So here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. So going into our next question. Let's see here. So Making Sense says, good evening. Should I wait for my deal you later call before starting? I have a few prospects, but don't want to put the cart before the horse. So probably talking about the 30 minutes.
What 30 minutes?
The walk through deal you later? How you use it?
Oh, you mean the training?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you want, speaking of that, we don't talk about that as much as we need to.
Because we got so much to talk about.
I know, it's just pitiful.
Oh my gosh. You got the cards over there, so that's on you.
But anyway, so he's talking about if you have Digulator.com, you have PropStream, you signed up through Digulator, we offer free training. To access the tool itself and sign up through Digulator, just text the word tool, TOOL, to the number, and then after that, to schedule your time, text the word time, TIME.
Okay. But the question was, should I wait for that call?
Yeah, you need to know what you're doing before you just put a lot of energy into it. Yeah, I agree.
Wow. Hey, Tommy Sharp.
Tool,
there it is. Tool text tool to the number. Okay. Robert Wickow, Karma Baby. I see you. Dennis Bills, Marlon Reed. You're welcome. Janice Shores. Yes, just be patient. I know you guys like texting over the deals, but they have to be vetted from the team here. So Janice Shores says, hello, everyone. I text you about the 2 houses, one in Florida, one in Georgia. Would you like the owner's phone number and name?
Well, yeah, we prefer that you actually, if you're just going to send over stuff, you need to have actually talk to the owner, right? And hopefully negotiated a deal. You're just afraid to put it on the contract for whatever reason. That's fine. But just sending over properties, we're really not set up to do that. It's already hard enough to manage the ones that people have under contract. So.
Okay. So Taj, next up. Hey, Ty, on your contract, can we edit out number 4 and number 9 just to make it easier? In your contract, number 1, it says earnest money is not refundable. How can we get money back from the seller when it says not refundable? You don't.
Well, no. It only means that if they can't produce if they can produce a clear title, and you're outside of your due diligence period or inspection period, then no, it's not refundable.
Okay.
It's not just not refundable, period. That's just, they got to be able to produce a
What's
clear
number
title.
4 and number 9? Isn't that the advertisement?
I don't know what number 9 is.
Let's go to dealulator.com, guys.
Well, hopefully that's the contract version he's looking at, but let's see here real quick.
I think the key here is that earnest money is refundable prior to the end of your due diligence period. So if you get into a contract, you absolutely put no due diligence period, as soon as that money goes hard, it's not refundable. But when you draw up your contract, which is what Ty's pulling up, and you put a 7-day due diligence or 5-day or something of that nature, you have 5 days to back out of that contract to get 100% of your earnest money back. But if you decided to call that person the day after your due diligence end, it's completely up to the seller to give you your earnest money back. So it's really non-refundable. And 10 times out of 10, they're going to keep it. I have yet to see a case where they kind of gave it back, especially when you went outside your due diligence period. But yeah.
But hey, guys, if you're doing this thing, not necessarily right way, but $10 is $10. But Ty, before you pull it up, I was right. I said number 9 was advertising, so it is. And number 4, why would you want to delete that?
No. He's looking at an old version of it. See, he's not following instructions.
What's number 4 on the old version?
I don't remember. But number 4 says buyer will pay all closing costs minus any unpaid taxes, mortgages, or liens.
Yeah, you don't want to get rid
He's
of that.
not looking at that version. He's looking at the old version.
Okay. Where you get an old version from?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That's why I stress to use the contract on digulator.com.
Okay.
See, the old version doesn't even have the due diligence period in there. I tried.
Okay. But hold on, let me see if he responded. Because what if that's the number 4 he talking about?
It can't be.
Why not?
It could be. I guess it could, but I don't know why. What seller wouldn't want you to pay all closing costs?
You the buyer in that instance. So I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I be trying to ask questions before they
Also, to the guy who asked that question, Todd doesn't have to necessarily completely change his contract. When you want to omit a passage in the contract, all you have to do is draw one line through what you want to omit and initial it. And then the seller, whoever, will also initial that line as well that has been omitted. So if you ever just draw a line through anything in your contract, that automatically states in the court of law that passage in that contract has been omitted.
Null and void. All right. So let's go to our next question. AMR LLC. Hello. Can I wholesale a house that has a negative mortgage on it? Example, I came across a house that owes 1.8 million, but it's only worth 280K and has 2 mortgages. Why is that? First of all, why are we even dealing with that? Why we ain't running?
Well, that's kind of weird for a $1.8 million home to be worth 280.
It must be in a package. That's the only way that could exist.
Right.
That property is tied into a larger package of properties. So you would have to get the seller to explain that. How is that possible? If houses are only selling for 280 in this area, how do you have a $1.8 million loan on this? But yeah.
That's almost impossible.
Yeah.
I would think, just because you got to get an appraisal involved, you got to get a lender involved, and the fact that everybody checked off on that, I just don't see that. So it has to be something like Todd stated. It was probably a portfolio loan.
Yeah.
Because when you do a portfolio loan, they do put that cost. I mean, whatever that, if you paid $2 million for 10 properties, every one of those properties will show that $2 million. So under the property records.
Okay. So Todd says yes. He was looking at an old one. Because I don't know male or female. They were looking at an old one. And the new one, Todd, you can go to dealulator.com as we did like on the screen that we shared. And you can get the purchase and sell agreement there. You can even type all the information in and send it over via email, save it as a PDF, or print it out, whatever you want to do with it. But it's there. Okay, so let's go into our next question. Omar Carter, we're here. Thank you. Says, hello, what's going on, Professor Flip and Flip ladies?
What's up, OC?
Okay. Okay, so Calvin Edwards, just getting started. Which app should I start with, Dealulator or Privy? Both, if you can afford it.
Well, yeah, both of you could afford it, but the best way I could explain, he's referring to PropStream, but through Dealulator, of course, we would love you to do so. But if you're trying to target off-market properties, PropStream is going to be better. Properties that are listed on the market, Privy will be a more useful tool, especially if you're going to try to do stuff outside your market virtually.
Okay. Let's see here. Robert McCray, thank you for joining us. Dennis Bills, I see you. And the question is, can I add a clause in the contract where the end buyers put up my earnest money deposit?
Well, that's going to be a red flag to the seller that you don't have earnest money. Yeah,
no one would accept that, because at this point, the seller going to look at you as like, okay, if you can't put up the earnest money, you definitely can't bring the money to the table. And most sellers not going to even understand the whole end buyer talk.
Yeah.
They're not going to understand that talk.
At all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would suggest to try to do the $10 move
Well, he's probably referring to dealing with agents. And you know that ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he's probably
Gonna say what?
Yeah, he's probably been quoted at $1,000 or so, whatever the number is with an agent. So, yeah.
But at the end of the day, that is the goal. But it's not something that we say. Okay, if during my due diligence period, if I can really locate a buyer who's going to put up that earnest money during the due diligence period, then that's idea. But if you may take time to maybe find an end buyer, then you may need to put up that earnest money in advance, and then the end buyer can just reimburse you of the money that was put on the table.
All right. Thank you for answering that question. Brandon, if it's a question that you have that you want to talk to them personally about, just join us live by text network Gator to 205-964-5243. Otherwise, you can reach out at the number as well just by sending a text message. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so DTA Twan, Proverbs 22:1, says, I got this interest property. One set of comps gives me $400K and another gives me $600K. I want to share the address just to see how you would comp this.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it.
Okay, so what's the address, DTA?
Yeah, we need the address.
So once you post the address, I'll do a follow-up to your question, and we'll get that comped for you if we can. So the next is, okay, so Lalisa and Brandon, you're asking pretty much the same question about the $97 class that's now, but that is just, what is the program that you have that's listed for $97? That's the ebook? Something.
It starts out at like $3. It just, it'll upsell to $97. I think.
Okay.
$47, $97, $200.
Okay.
Or whatever. So, yeah, you just have to follow whatever it says explains what you're buying.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Okay.
So you just go to flipmasterclass.com.
Okay, but you're in a good place now. If you don't have the 97, you're learning with us here.
You need to be. We ain't turning down no money, but you ain't got to spend nothing for real. It's all here for free.
All here, the YouTube videos. You can text the letters VIP
I'm just saying.
to the number 205-964-5243. That's VIP to watch the videos that you should watch first in that multitude of videos that are available on YouTube. And then join the Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man Facebook group. And then I'll put you in a good spot. But you're right where you need to be. And I appreciate you being here with us. What you got, Ty?
Well, people have been asking me for years.
Here we go.
Can I just get 30 minutes of your time? Blah, blah, blah. That's all I need. Well,
that's what they said too.
Well, yeah.
Can I get 30 minutes of your time,
yeah,
boss?
Text boss, and you can get 30 minutes of my time.
For a nominal fee?
What?
Hey,
once you text the video that you get back on, explain how we can make that happen or whatever. So.
Okay, guys,
I'm just saying
look at there. Opportunity to talk to the big man Flip. I pay for it.
Well, you talk to me free here, really.
I wouldn't talk about me.
Everybody don't want to come on camera. I get that. I would have been one of those or whatever.
Oh,
so,
I thought you. I was just saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Francis McNeil says, any advice on starting the conversation on an inherited property with multiple owners? Ooh, air property.
I'm sorry. What is that?
And any advice on starting the conversation on an inherited property with multiple owners? So how do you approach that?
I mean, honestly, you approach it like any other deal. The key is that you just be mindful that someone has passed away, and all these heirs is probably, or beneficiaries are probably going back and forth, or maybe mourning the death of their family member. So just be mindful of those things, but you approach it the same way like you approach any other seller. 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to probably go through their estate and things of that nature, and make sure that all the beneficiaries or heirs are agreed to the sale. So it's a harder conversation when there's multiple people, because everybody sometimes is not like in agreement to selling the property. But I wouldn't say it's anything different other than just taking consideration that most likely somebody did pass away. So you just want to kind of approach it with some type of understanding.
Okay,
What do you
thank
say?
Whatever you have heirs involved, as you said, you have to, number one, determine who has say so, right? And hopefully it's not splintered off that bad where you have to the fewer the people, the better at the end of the day, hopefully. And so if you can get them all on the same page, it's just gonna work as it normally would. Just obviously with the more people that have to make that decision, the harder it normally is. Not always, but normally that's the way it works. So now, of course, it depends on your state's probate laws and how that works. If if it was in an estate and all that kind of stuff, or it wasn't a will wasn't recorded, obviously that's why it's an error situation. So it's just going to all just matter just depending on what the state laws are. And you just got to get them all on the same page.
Okay.
Some of those will be some of the best deals, though.
Okay. Thank you for both.
A lot of investors will run from them, so. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you both for answering that question. Hopefully that gets you in the right place, Ms. McNeil, where you need to go. Okay. So making sense. In all honesty, I will fly down to Alabama so you and I can talk. Your place, I'm buying. That's eating. That is LOL.
Oh, that's a different price.
It's 30 minutes when you go to lunch. You feel me? It's always more than 30 minutes.
Oh my.
Okay, so Boy22, your question was how I know a home where the owner is dead and the family members are old. So yes, same situation that we just explained. That would still probably be an heir property and you would approach it the same way. El Grillo 1980. Oh, hey, how you doing? So he covered me. That's why. How do you tactfully ask a property owner to do a quit claim?
What's in it for them?
Right. Why would they do it? I mean, honestly, why would you want that? And the reason why I say that is because when you quit claim, the title, the deed is not warranted. So you will automatically get any liens, whatever liens and everything that is against that property. When you quit claim, it's just you're going to end up inheriting all of that. So I would say it's more so not in the best interest of the buyer to do a quit claim unless you pull your title and figure that part out. But just be mindful that if there's liens and everything, I mean, you're inheriting those. Yeah. But I honestly don't think, I think doing it, I think it would be an easy conversation if attorney's involved. So, I would definitely make sure they know that it would be a regular closing or we'll put attorney involved, and to be able to do that, because the transfer of ownership to the seller, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. I think it's more matter to the person who's receiving the transfer of ownership, But yeah. What do you say?
Oh yeah. It has to be, you have to know what your end game is. Sometimes I can see that being the situation if you want to actually keep the property for yourself and you don't have any intent on ever selling it. It may work out just for you perfectly. You may want to say, hey, I do know they own it. They may have some liens and stuff attached to it, but I'm just gonna take it and just rent it out forever or whatever. And just roll on. So if that's your intent, or someone or investors that like to get down like that, because you have people out there like that. I'm learning that just from this tax game that I've been picked up over the last week, basically. That element exists out there for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you both for answering that question. Don't forget, guys, you can join us live by texting the word
I want
Gator.
to ask that person something. Why is that the strategy? Why do you want to quit claim it? You can put it in notes. I just want to know why do you want the seller to quit claim it?
The title lawyer told them to ask for a quit claim from owner or go to court. It says,
So
it's because I have a tax deed on the property and I'm trying to sell it, but can't get title insurance.
Oh, you need to do the quiet title. Yeah, you can't get title. You can't because you don't even really own it. You have to do a quiet title, and you have to foreclose. It's pretty much foreclosing on the property, which giving you full ownership before you can secure it. So I think there's just one step that you're missing there, which is the quiet title step, and then you can secure it, insure it.
Okay. Thank you for that. So let's go here. So Taj was the one that was asking about the contract. So he wants clarification on number 9. On your new contract, how do you overcome the advertising? And it's like you don't have to do it.
Man, that's rarely asked about. You don't. If it comes up and they want to omit it, then you omit it. It's not a deal breaker.
Okay. This contract is worked in multiple states, guys.
I don't think the seller even understand what that really means because they're thinking about it. It's not that deep. I think the seller is going to look at that and look at it as deep as what we may think it is. I don't think so. I think it's one of those lines you skim through. It kind of looks funny, but they just keep going. Yeah, because most people think selling their homes to a real estate agent, and a real estate agent has to market their properties.
Yeah.
So mentally is already in them knowing that someone got to market the property anyway. So
yeah, I've had sellers when their attorney has reviewed it and they didn't even question it. I'll say just using this as another, been many more than that. But if 10 attorneys have reviewed the contract, only probably 2 of them have ever questioned that particular item. That's when attorneys are reviewing it now or whatever. So it's rare. But again, if it comes up, it's not a deal break. Just omit it. Like Renika said, right? Strike through it, initial it, it's gone.
Okay. So Kay Warsham, Renika wants to know, do you have any advice for financing an inherited property? She says, I'm just paying taxes and my credit isn't strong. I was grieving, so I started working on the house with the leftover money. I need funding for the HVAC. I have got the money for other stuff. I need to finish 1 bathroom and finish the electrical work. So I guess the question is, what are you going to do with it when you fix it? Right? Are you selling it or do you want to live in it? Because that's going to determine what kind of loan she'll be eligible for, right?
I'm going to just determine the deal itself. Do you put $10,000 worth of TLC in it, or do you go and do a $40,000 rehab and flip it? So it really just determines what your exit strategy will be, depending on how much rehab you want to do. But it's multiple options to get rehab money. When you're talking private money, our minimum loan amount is $50,000. So if you don't have $50,000 worth of repairs, then it may not make sense. However, it can still happen because you can cash out some of the equity of the house, and then we can add that to the rehab loan to kind of equal that up to $50,000. However, if you don't have $50,000 worth of work, I would say, could you leverage your credit in any type of capacity to get the amount of money you need to do your own rehab. A lot of local banks, and I would say more of the community banks, the smaller banks, they have these, ability for you to come in and do small renovations or get small personal loans for you to be able to do things like that. So I would probably start with, unless you, but of course you go to the bank, you need income, you need financials, you need all those things. So the only other option would be unsecured credit where you don't need financials or a private loan.
Okay. She said a rental property. She wants
to
use rental.
Well, how much is the renovations of actually 10, 15,000? and how much is the property worth? Because what you could do, it depends on how much it's worth and how much the renovations are. You can go maybe straight into a 30-year loan, because we do 30-year, and any other private lenders does it too. Do a true 30-year note in your business name. Do not need tax returns, income verification, or pay stubs. Completely goes into your business name, and we wrap a true 30-year note for mortgage in your business that you can allow your tenants to pay off for the life of that loan. So that's an option for you as well. But that's a minimum 50,000. So that's why I want to know what's the value of your property is, because that matters too.
It's $320,000 and it sits on half an acre.
You're good to go. I mean, honestly, you got an inherited property. So basically, to me, that sounds like you own it free and clear. There's absolutely no, you own it free and clear. When you own that property free and clear, as is value is $300,000. You can cash out 75% of that. You can cash out up to 75% of that $300,000, and you can add a renovation loan to it, or you can just use your equity in your property to be able to leverage the equity in your property to rehab it. But I think you have a really great situation. It's just a matter of, I wouldn't even stress about the money. The value is in your property. Leverage it. You own it free and clear. I would assume if it was inherited, leverage the equity in your property. You actually got a really great situation. Don't stress about using your own personal money to rehab your property. Use the equity.
Kay, if you have any follow-up questions, I would highly suggest that you text the word Gator and join us live. That way you can in real time answer any of the follow-ups that they have for you. So I appreciate you posting those questions. So Ty, to you.
Oh, I just wanted, we've been talking about the contract to get access to it, also free access to it, and how to fill it out for sellers and buyers. Just text the word contract to the number 205-964-5243.
All right. Shaq Smith from Detroit West Side. Hey, how you doing today? He says he's closing a deal tomorrow. It took 3 months. Well, congratulations. Get that check, cash that check, spend that check. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I like that. Cash that check, get that check, and spend that money. Invest that money.
Oh, I'm sorry. Spend a little and invest the rest. Okay, that's what we're gonna say.
Spend a little, invest the rest.
Yes, that's what we're gonna say. So let's see here. The next question is gonna be Donna Goodwin. I think you got it. So she says, so we can buy a contract for as little as $10, then sell that said contract to a buyer. You have to find the seller, correct? You have to find the seller and the buyer.
She said buyer.
You gotta find the house and the buyer.
The house, the seller, and the buyer. Well, the seller and the house go together, but then the buyer.
But I like how you put that. I like how you wrote
the gist of it. Yeah, just simplify it. Yeah.
Exactly. That's all we're doing. We're signing contracts. That's it.
Yeah, I do like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So Daniel, I've been having questions while I'm putting in the work, and I hate assuming. How can I talk to people in your crew when I need it? I'm a student and I'm learning everything from you. A student of ties, or a student like you're a student in school? Okay, but either way, yeah, just text that word boss to 205-964-5243. And you can clarify if I may have not understood your question as well, Daniel. So Dennis Williams wants to know, if a person has taxes or debts on the house, do you subtract or add it to the ARV?
Neither.
The ARV is just the ARV.
Yeah. Neither. It doesn't. The debt on the house matters, but it doesn't matter when it comes to you doing your comps and you doing your own due diligence and your own numbers. It only matters if it's the property is upside down or something in that case. But you won't person's taxes or debt. You won't use taxes or debt. Now you use taxes if it's like a rental property, but 9 times out of 10 you won't use taxes or debt to. You would never use it to get to the ARV. So don't worry about that. Just subtract that out of your mind when it comes to doing the ARV. Don't worry about the taxes or the debt on property.
All right, Dayshell on TikTok. TikTok. Dayshell and buys property says no, invest the check. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna invest the check. Okay. And also says Ty. You want to know what she said? What or who is he looking at? Me, Dayshell. It's me.
And she's sitting up there. We got like a whole balcony, you know, like she like a DJ. Strip club. So.
Wow. Wow. As long as it's a gentleman's club and stuff, you know. No. Not to what's the reverse?
Making money.
The verse of it. It wasn't a question. You good?
That wasn't a question.
No, it wasn't a question.
Oh,
you all right? You gotta focus. You gotta focus. Okay, Renikia, because this is just me and you right now. This you just gonna count him out.
Hey, we got it.
I'm trying to.
The Chiefs are losing. They're not gonna win. It's over.
I don't care. As long as they follow whoever. How
I know.
Wagering.
It's the numbers were.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have no emotional attachment.
I know. Okay, Renikia, Keisha Williams says, "How can an owner transfer their property into their LLC?"
That's kind of like quit claiming your property to your LLC. But if you don't know what to do, I would literally just get an attorney, let them know that you want to transfer the deed from your personal name to your business name, and you can just transfer like that and do a quit claim deed right to your business.
Okay, DTA, where's the address? We haven't forgot about you, but I don't see where the address is, and so maybe
he may have reconsidered.
No, he's asking. Don't forget about me. I put the address in the chat, and I don't see it.
We need the address.
I'll go back through and make sure, but I don't see the address. So Twine Proverbs, make sure you update that for me. Let's see here. Scrolling through. How do you? Okay, so Dora has a question, Ty, and she wants to know, how do you buy land without money? So I guess wholesale land, maybe.
Well, y'all want to answer now? We want to answer a few more questions before we get to that part?
Nope, let's go ahead and go into it. I'm going to go ahead and throw up for those.
That's the question?
See it?
Yeah,
bam.
I did buy land without.
Oh, hold on. Let me get. Hold on. Whoa. I just messed this whole thing up. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, bam.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right, so you got fish bones out there and everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, is it a dead body?
It looks like it. And that rug on his head.
Don't be talking about your.
You know what I'm saying? He might have well go and shave it all out like that guy got. The guy in the red shirt got it going. Okay, so that is a rug.
And you got food.
Hey. And he got a what?
I said a fupa.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you were wrong for that.
Yeah, look at his belly. Okay, so anyway. The picture says great schools. And it's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's selling you this property right here. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Looks like a landfill.
Anyway, it's supposed to be funny. You can take it off.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, I can't figure it out. Bam. So answer the question.
Okay. So similar to houses, you buy land. When I say buy land, I'm talking in terms of if you want actual ownership of the property, and we'll get into the wholesale side of it. Land, what you'll find with that, if you're targeting enough of it, whereas we've been talking about properties as far as houses that have mortgages on them. So you'll find a lot of land they don't owe anything on it, right? And so even though you can do owner financing with houses also, and you'll find situations where they don't owe anything on houses, but sometimes they have mortgages, even if land had it on there. But you'll find it's a lot easier to to negotiate a deal with the seller where, number one, you come up with a price that makes sense. After you do your due diligence on what the end game is, a lot of times people don't even have an end game with the land. They just want it. They just want to own property. I sold a lot that I had to a friend. She has no idea what she want to do with it. She just want to own some real estate. So I sold it to her. I ain't make a dime off of it, but whatever. So it was something I was having trouble getting rid of anyway. So and so my point is though, so whenever you're dealing with a landowner, there's no even if they become, well, anytime you do owner financing, you're taking the landlord out of it. I don't care what type of property it is normally. So there's no maintenance for the owner. Okay, so if it's land, normally it's just sitting there not making them any money. In most cases, the only thing they're doing is paying taxes on it. In most cases, it's not making them any money. Okay, so when you make an offer to them to buy the property, you all settle on an actual price. The simple thing you can do is say, let's just say it was a lot and you can get it for, I don't know, 30 grand, right? So you have no money, so you don't have the 30 grand. You just simplify it for them. Say, hey, I'll make 100 payments of $300, which is a little over 8 years, you know. And whenever you actually do the paperwork, the only thing that's going to be needed, and a lot of times they'll do quick claim deeds in that situation. You still probably want to run title. I would recommend you go through a normal closing like you would if it was a house there. But you do the owner financing where there's no down payment and the first payment is due 30 days after the closing. So just that fast, you've purchased land with no money, right? Because for them, it was not generating any income anyway. Right. So even so, and the reason I use that $100, I mean that 100 payments and just doing $300 because it just makes it easy for them to understand. Not saying they'll always do this because some people would want interest or whatever. And in that case, I would, once you do the math on the interest, I may even simplify it for them even more. I may pay more than what they want just to keep it just straight principal or whatever, just to pay more. So that's just one way of doing it. Another way of doing it, obviously, if you're trying to get in a wholesale position, you can set up the same terms you just did. Say it was $30,000, $300 a month, and with no down payment, but you wholesale it out for, we'll just say $35,000 with $5,000 down, which will be your assignment fee. And still the $300 a month, because when you subtract the $5,000 from the $30,000, it brings it back down to $30,000, and you just put $5,000 in your hand or whatever. So what I found, just think from the land and combine the tax stuff, people just be wanting to own real estate, and you're like, you don't see an end game for it. They just want stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just because we know over time
the power of it.
Yeah, the power.
People hurt land, they'll just hold it.
They'll just hold it. Because the people you're talking to, and they've owned it for 15 years, and they did nothing with it but pay taxes on it. So it's just endless owners out there like that. Just endless owners out there like that. And now a lot of times people say, well, I'm gonna do this or do that, and they don't ever do anything. Like that old regular car sitting in somebody's yard, I'm gonna fix it, ugling up the neighborhood. It's sort of like that situation. Or whatever, but the only difference is they're paying taxes on it if they're keeping it, of course. So hopefully that makes sense of it. There's a lot of opportunity out there. But then I'm gonna be talking about a lot more tax stuff here. I'm gonna have an attorney that I'm gonna interview over the next within the next week or so. That's going to go dive deep into it, and a couple other people also. Then, like I said, the thing is probably starting now. So when we finish here, you get over to thetaxdeeddoctor.com, and you should be able to register for the webinar and get in there or whatever. So tax liens and deeds are just huge. Oh my God!
There's so much money in them.
Yeah.
It's huge. But I know why they suppress the information, because it's so much opportunity. I mean, why would they allow us to go buy these houses pennies on a dollar? And you know, and a lot of the cases is where you won't ever lose in a tax lien a lot of times, because the homeowner has such a period to come back and get it, but that homeowner has to pay you an interest on your money. So it's just powerful that I'm just surprised that it's not talked about a lot more.
Yeah, you'll see. When I'm doing my research, and guys, they just have 200 or 300 videos on their YouTube channel, or that particular video on YouTube, and I'm talking about they giving like some real information. You know, it's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing. But you know, hey, what do I know?
All right, that's why we're here, to see what you know. Simone Bell says, I appreciate your commitment to helping us. Well, you're welcome. I ain't doing much, but you know, I say thank you. I say you're welcome on behalf of Renikia and Ty. Yep, you're welcome.
Oh no, you're the glue. Trust me. The glue is just as important.
Thank you. Marcus Randolph, realtor / investor from MANRI, so Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Thank you for joining us. DTA, what chat did you put that address in? Because I do not have it. Put it in again. Because I know the private chat is only for those who actually try to join. And Nayla, I see that you're attempting to join us. As soon as I see your face instead of your profile picture, I will bring you on. So we're gonna have somebody that's gonna join us live. Oh, she just disappeared. Never mind. Okay, so Shaq Smith says, anybody in D-Town, he has the buyers and he's looking for apartments off market. I think that's always gonna be it. Off market, guys, not the low hanging fruit. Okay. Let's see here. Going into our next question. Ty, get your card ready. I need the biz card. Yeah, see. The question is from Paul Baker. Do you have a video on how to set up an LLC? Here we go.
No, but
okay.
Got the next best thing. Text the letters BIZ to the number, and my folks over at PCS will get you going.
All right.
I would like to throw this out there. You know, I'm gonna throw this out there about LLC. The setup of LLC is a 2-step process. And I want everyone, if you don't know how to set it up, I'm about to just tell you exactly how to do it.
Oh, Rennie, can I do number one?
Yes, please do number one. What's number one?
Let me guess. It's not. I don't know. Like, this is learning. Like, is number one just simply going to irs.gov and setting up the plan?
That's number one. That's number one. But prior to you doing that, you got to go to your county to make sure that that name is available. So you want to go to your county, your county's website. Like all you do is search. Like if I was trying to do it here in Atlanta, Fulton County, I'll type in. No, not the county. Georgia Secretary of State, Florida Secretary of State, Alabama Secretary of State. And when you go to the Secretary of State, you'll find a business search page on the Secretary of State. And then you can search the names that is available. You want to first make sure your name is available. And then you want to go over to the irs.gov site, and you're going to go to the apply for EIN. It's absolutely free. You can get it done in 5 minutes, and they're going to spit it out right when you hit submit. They're going to ask you two things. They're going to ask you, do you want it in a PDF form on your computer, or do you want me to mail it? Never say mail, because that just takes forever. If you say PDF, it's going to immediately populate on your computer right then and there. You don't have to wait for it. And then you go back to the Secretary of State website, and then you open up a business account on the Secretary of State website. And when you open up that business account, everything is there. Start an LLC, pay your dues, all that stuff is there, and that's it. It's, so I just want to simplify that. It's just a 2-step process when you start an LLC. Now, when you want to get operating agreements and things like that, you can go straight to a legal site. You can type in operating agreements templates. It's out there. You can create your operating agreement just like that as well. So that's it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got number one right though. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Okay, so DTA. I'm trying to give you time, my guy, but yeah, it's growing nigh. So Renikia, for those who are asking about the financial help and the funding for either the buy and holds or the wholesale, no, not wholesaling, but it would be like the flipping side of this, your
Mhm.
company is able to help them do that,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. So can you explain to them how you would be able to help them and how they can get in contact with you or a member of your staff?
Absolutely. As always, super thankful to co-host the Flipman Show. My name is Renikia. I do own and operate a private lending firm because I realize that, money is the nuclear to every one of these transactions when you want to, step up to the next level. Wholesaling that's what we talk about. Wholesaling is one of the best ways to make a lot of money into real estate and to even enter into real estate. Now, if you ever want to take that business to the next level and start fixing and flipping, starting a rental portfolio, doing new construction, building a subdivision, get into commercial real estate. If you ever want to do any of that, then you want to begin to try to triple into private lending or traditional banking. But that's another story of the difference from traditional banking and private lending. But a private lender is the investor's lender for you all. However, if you're looking for fix and flip funding, new construction, rental properties, commercial, we do not need tax returns, income verification, or pay stubs. You can completely buy a property just only having liquidity and cash to make that purchase. You do not need any income to purchase real estate with a private loan. We lend 30-year notes for your rental properties. All of our loans goes into your business name. Nothing shows up on your personal credit. So if you are interested, there's the number right there on the phone. I am text friendly on that number, so feel free to text me if you have a quick question too.
All right. Thank you, guys. That number is on the screen. And for those of you who cannot see that screen, well, everybody can see the screen. No, except for TikTok and Instagram. You only see Ty. So if you can't see the screen, that number is 770-246-2307. Again, that number is 770-246-2307. You can also come back once this video ends and come back and replay it, and you can see the number at the end of the screen as well as the entire video if you feel that you've missed anything in that chat. So let's see here. Dee's Place, looking forward to you being in contact. So guys, let me do this blanket statement. I see not a lot of people in this chat, but sometimes there are. If you have proceeded to purchase, not necessarily, obviously not the one-on-one course, but purchase anything from the website, and you're stating that you have not gotten it, which means you probably didn't follow the step-by-step instructions on how to receive it, you can text.
Just text me.
Just text Ty 205-964-5243 to text that number.
Yeah, normally what has happened is either one or three things, right? Is there's a typo in the email address, because whenever you make the payment, you have to include an email address. There's a typo in the email address that you included, so that means you're not going to be able to access it. All right, you're checking the wrong email, because a lot of times people, it's already populated when they make a payment, it just fills it in and boom. All right, it's in your spam, right? It's only one, two, or three of those. Now I know everybody's technical understanding and level of just being able to send an email is different, right? So, and I don't know no other way of saying this. If you know that you can barely send an email, it's probably you for sure. You know who you are. I appreciate the purchase or whatever, but we send it to you. It just either, again, there was a typo in the email, or you're checking the wrong email address. It went to your spam folder because of the way you have your email set up, or you may have some technical challenges. That's it.
All right. Thank you. Diva Fabulous. Thank you so much for posting that number in the chat there for me on TikTok. Greatly appreciate that. Look at you being co-host,
That's what's happening.
EP,
Appreciate it. Thank
executive
you.
producer, executive
Thank you.
producer.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
thank you. Appreciate that.
Love it.
Absolutely. Lalisa McDonald says, I really want to get started so bad. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started. I am a certified administrative assistant. This seems like it would be right up my alley. What you think?
Yeah, organization is powerful. Sounds like you have to keep some stuff, your current employment is built around organization. That will go a long way with this. Now you got to be able to take action now. You can organize, but you got to take action. You know, you got to start generating them leads, trying to put some buyers and sellers together. So yes, you will be just fine. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And half of this business organization is paperwork. You know, the other half is the execution.
Follow up.
The follow up. Yeah.
Okay. Drake, I see, says get them tight. D, no, D, don't do that.
What?
D said, there you go with the shade. Wait. No, because she had one of the comments about how to get in touch with you about the product, and you went on that kind of tirade.
Oh no, because it's a common thing. It's more common than what but it's cool. I get it.
Guess what?
What?
Guess what? Right here at the end, we finally got somebody that wants to join us live. Making sense. You ready? Okay, hold on. I can't hear you.
I'm here.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good. I'm good. What's going on?
Nothing much. Where you calling from?
Good evening, sir.
Calling from PA, but I'm not from PA.
Okay. Where you from then?
I'm from DC, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
I'm doing good. Hey, listen, let me take that off. I mean, I got a feedback. Yeah, I'm from DC. But listen, I got cash buys in Maryland, right? And I got a few houses that I want to get moving on, but again, I don't want to put the cart before the horse. So, do I need to actually wait for deal later, or can I get started in Maryland? And what do I got to do in Maryland to get started, if that is the case?
Well, so you say you have people that are ready to buy, got cash. Okay,
Right.
So now you need to feed the beast. You can leverage other wholesalers' properties to do that. Wholesalers that may be struggling to find buyers, but actually have great deals or whatever. So that comes with networking through all your Facebook groups associated with that market. Whether it's a wholesale group, just a straight wholesale group, or it's a real estate investment group, you want to do as much networking as possible. When you see people posting deals, you want to be at them. So people that are posting properties on Facebook Marketplace, or again in groups or Craigslist, you just want to be all over the internet. You're gonna leverage the out of that, right? And so you have the buyers. Now you just need to match some deals with them, and so leverage other wholesalers.
Yeah, that'd be the quickest and easiest way to just connect with the other wholesalers in the community, and because you already got the buyers, so most likely the wholesalers probably got the properties, and then it's just a match in heaven. Cool. Y'all just got to figure out how you want to split it. Is it how you want to split your fees, your assignment fees? But that would be a match. If you got the buyers, just connect with a whole bunch of wholesalers, and they'll go out there and find all the houses for you.
Cool. So that's what needs me to not take pictures of houses. I got the thing, signs and all that. Because I've been listening to
the money, and that to me is reverse. That's reverse wholesale. And that's what I really specialized in. Is I was a realtor at the more of a realtor at a moment, but I had all the buyers. So I literally just connected with other wholesalers, and that made my life a lot easier, and just matched it. And it was so much easier that way. So I would say continue to build yourself up and finding your own deals, because once you know how to find your own deals, you're going to really maximize your profit. But in the meantime, since you already got the money and the buyers, in the meantime, you can just co-wholesale what's out there currently.
Boom. Gotcha. Yeah. All right. I appreciate that.
No
Still
worries.
getting down there. I want some of that gator, man. I want some of that gator Flip. I ain't had none yet. You know, I'm a country boy too. I'm from South Carolina, so originally, so
Okay.
I want some of them gators, man.
Oh
They
yeah.
say it tastes like chicken. Is that true?
I've had some. Yeah. I can say that. It's all a combination of chicken and fish, if that's such a thing.
All right.
You know what?
I'm down. I'm coming down, man. Seriously.
All right, make it happen, Playboy.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you guys.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Have a good day.
Too.
Okay. I did like that. Yes, D. You see, D uses Dilulator because that's good. Oh, y'all really? Oh, not financial advice. Say what? Y'all really eat that? I don't. I don't think Renikia do either. So we just gonna let.
No, I never ate gator. Would I try? I'm a Southern. I'm a Southern girl. So I mean, that's that's some kind of a well-known Southern dish, kind of that everybody know about, but none of us really never ate.
That's like supposed to my frog legs. Yeah, I done heard about it. But I ain't ate it. No, I'm good. No, I'm
You
all
have
right.
I think I have. Yeah. Eat chicken. You should eat literally anything. They're some of the most nastiest.
Here you go. If you eat chicken or shrimp,
I thought chicken is kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And catfish.
Yeah, that's I don't eat them because they taste like everything they ate in that
Well, I
water.
would say pigs are nastier than chickens. So.
It's It's close.
Oh, because they eat everything,
It's close.
including the peoples.
Yeah, it's close.
The chicken does?
Oh, a chicken will. They'll well, I ain't gonna say that, but they'll eat each other. Let me just say that.
Oh.
Ooh, wow.
I can go further. I can get more gross,
we
but
good. We good.
yeah,
we good. We good.
Yeah.
We believe you. We believe you.
You don't eat chicken, huh?
Well, I went from 2014 up until this year without July of 2014 up until this year without eating any chicken, beef, or pork. And I started indulging in some of it this year or whatever. So
Fish King.
So is that vegan?
King.
Huh?
When you're vegan?
They technically call it a pescatarian or whatever. But again, I've started to do a little some this year or whatever. But I went a long time without it. Let me just say that.
But how do your body feel when you go that long without eating that? Like,
I eat a lot of other junk though. See, the problem is it got replaced with other junk, right? And so initially, I like feel it in my body and my bones or whatever. Initially, and so but like I said, it's been so long ago. It's no big deal.
But what made you start? I'm sorry, we're going off on a hiatus. But what made you start? What made you what made you do start by eating?
The main two reasons I wanted to see if I could do it, right? Just like build some type of self-discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing was to see if to see if I could do it. And then long story short, July 4th, 2014, one of my friends and his son were out playing. He had sort of barbecued or whatever, and we ate a little bit, and we went outside to play basketball, and we were not playing basketball. We were only shooting, and I was exhausted. I thought, I'm gonna make a change or whatever. And so those two things. Yeah, so just see if I could do it.
And still shooting bricks.
Yeah, so anyway.
Well, that's dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anything to try to build a little bit more self-discipline, I try to apply that to myself. So
awesome. Congrats. And that's definitely self-discipline.
Well, yeah, but I sort of got back in the game a little bit this year or whatever. So I probably had so we're in September, probably 60 wings.
He didn't count it on y'all. He didn't count it.
I'm just guessing. Probably
right.
5 hamburgers.
Really?
And then that probably.
So that really doesn't even count.
That's probably.
You have people who eat 60 wings in a week.
Oh, I know that. But I'm just saying, probably something like that.
Get that good old
definitely less than
piece.
100. That's less than 100.
Right.
And so, but that's it. So
Wow, that's good.
just call me the fat vegan.
Most definitely. You like too many byproducts.
Oh, you know they opened what they call it, the slutty vegan here. And
I haven't tried it. The lines be way too long. I still haven't tried it.
I'm not gonna wait on any food like that. You know what I'm saying? And they
I'm just not. Me neither.
I'm not. If I go to a restaurant,
and
they start talking about. I might wait 30 minutes, but once they start talking about 40 minutes to 45 minutes an hour,
no, that's 2 hours. We got too
many options.
Don't worry about it.
Too many options. Now, a lot of times, what I'll do, I just go to the bar, or if somebody with me, I say, "You okay? We're going to the bar, or whatever."
Right.
And normally you can jump the line or whatever.
Right.
But I ain't waiting on nothing for 45
minutes. I'm waiting on that. Yeah.
And
they be outside, the line be wrapped around. I'm like, I think I will never try it.
It started out like that, and it started like that here in Birmingham when they only been open a few weeks, but I already knew it was going to die down. I can't question this lady on where she put the business. I wouldn't have put it where she put it. Or
really?
Whatever. Yeah. You can't you for what she has going on. Well, let me just say this: she put it, quote unquote, in the hood, but it's supposed to be like upcoming or whatever. Right. But if it were me, and I think she purchased the building, so I think it was a real estate play also or whatever. But if it were me, it's just no way you can't put it in a certain area where it's just always happening. Here, we're not Atlanta. You have to understand we're not Atlanta. So you're going to have to put it in the happening in order to get that overflow of, all types of people, whatever. Because, we're in the South now. So, again, let me rephrase that. We're not Atlanta. So, health is going to be on a lower level than it is there. Because you all have people coming from all over the world to live there. It's not like that in Birmingham or whatever. Most people.
And I guarantee she was going with her theme because her first restaurant here was in the hood. But really? Our hood is like you talking walking distance from the stadium, though.
I know that's see, that's what I would have did. See, they just built a stadium here. I would have put it down there. You just took the words out of my mouth. That's where I would have put it down by the stadium or whatever. But again, I can't question her because I know she's making money. But the lines have already died down, is my point. They'll be a little long on the weekend, but it's definitely not wrapped around the building anymore. I tell you, when we go up to lunchtime, we just went right in and ordered. You know what I'm saying? That's for the week, it's only been over a few weeks, because it ain't we're not Atlanta. Let me
it's still long here in Atlanta. I mean, the first beat, she opened that like 3-4 years ago. It's still long.
Wow. Yeah, already died down here, and but I'm used to eating that kind of stuff. A lot of people, that's their first experience to it. So my expectation of a hamburger ain't the same when I know it's not a hamburger. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it because I've had.
You bought it. You already ate. You already got some.
I really liked it. I really liked it. And like I said, I'm used to eating stuff like that, the Beyond Burger, the Impossible Burger, or you go to a different restaurant, they have a black bean burger and all that stuff. I'm used to eating that stuff. Most people are just be like, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's a good replacement of an actual hamburger if that's what you're paying me for or whatever. So anyway, my 2 cents.
Yeah,
but
location is important. There's still a lesson in that. Location is important. When you're looking to branch into these other cities and these other states, you may want to get some type of some type of consultation from the people in that area to make sure you position yourself in the right place.
Yeah. So. Now again, I'm not saying it's going to fail at all, but it's not like I hear people talking about. It's always busy in Atlanta. It's already died down here. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you can just walk, I just can walk in right up to the counter. That didn't exist there, right?
Yeah, nah, we still can't do that now.
Okay,
not the one downtown.
Yeah. So, but anyway, again, what I know, she got it figured out, So, but so anyway, we've been rolling pretty hard here. Renika shared her way to reach out to her. Make sure y'all guys do that if you looking for financing in this thing called real estate. She can make it happen for you. So if you didn't get your question answered, post them in the comment section of any video. Also, remember, you just can slide right over to the. Well, I just tried to register. I ain't even got in. The tax deed doctor.com. flippinar.com, and you should be able to get into it. If not, once you register, I'm sure
I
you'll
encourage everyone on this live right now to join that live. If that's a knowledge that every real estate investor needs to know about.
Oh, most definitely. I agree.
Every. I don't care if you use it 10 years from now. Learn it. Learn it now. Learn it. Learn that. Put that in your arsenal. You need that. It's pennies on the dollars. I never, it's amazing once you really go through it, but it's one of the ways where you should be diversifying your real estate portfolio with tax needs for sure. And tax fees.
All righty. If nothing else, thanks, Adrian and Renika, for joining us and making this happen. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
All right, guys, and we're out.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah, that.